Hey all, Sean here, back with a year-end edition of Game On Cards and Collectibles. Well, today I'm doing my annual favorite pickups of the year, and so this one I'm going to title Top 24 PC Pickups of 2024. It's kind of catchy, I guess. But I appreciate y'all spending some time with me today, and let's jump right into it. So, my top 24 pickups of 2024. These are all PC cards. I made two rules last year for this ranking. Number one is that the cards have to be purchased within 2024, not necessarily graded. I can't choose something that I picked up a year or two ago and then I just got graded this year. So it has to be a card that I purchased and if I graded it, then I had to have it graded, during the calendar year of 2024. So I did. And then the second rule is that I wanted to also not include anything that's currently out for grading. I made an exception to that this year, and I printed off a couple of pictures of some cards that I have at grading right now that I did pick up this year. So kind of changed that rule for 2024. So anyway, we'll show you those as we jump right in. All right, so coming up at number 24 is 2024 Topps Shota Imanaga Gold Foil. Picked this card up in a trade with a buddy of mine, and just wanted to have one of his cards. He had such an amazing year, and I thought this would be a great card to have for that, because the golds look really, really good in 2024. Coming in at 23, picked up this Thomas Jones autograph recently. He was such an instrumental piece in that Super Bowl run in 2006. Wanted to have not only one of his cards, but specifically one of his cards in a Bears uniform, which is a little harder to find. You can find his rookie cards with the Arizona Cardinals, but to have one in his Bears uni was definitely something I was interested in picking up. So I got one of these. This actually is pretty clean too. I might end up sending this in for grading. Coming in at number 22, talked about this card already on a previous video, but wanted to add one of these cards that I have the set of and all the different parallels from 2012 Press Pass Alshon Jeffrey. This one says "Great Hands." He inscribed this one, and really kind of like the pack pulled autos that have inscriptions on them. Very cool, and glad to add that one to my PC as well. Coming in at number 21, we have a Topps Finest rookie of Greg Olson. Really sharp looking card that will be sending in soon, as I pre-graded it at a Gem Mint 10. I do PC Greg Olson, and this was one of the better pickups that I had for this year. It's a green, so it's serial number to 199. Also serial number 54, Urlacher, but different player. So glad to have this one added to the Greg Olson wing of the PC. Coming in next is another card that I picked up and graded. Sent in a couple different times for grading. Cracked it out, but this is the Field of Dreams from 1990 Universal TV promo. One of my favorite sports movies, really one of my favorite movies in general. And this came back with an SGC grade of 9. Just a really cool card that kind of captures that, one of my favorite movies. Next up is the 1984 Topps rookie of Jim Covert. Picked this one up raw and wanted to send it in for grading, as I thought it had a outside chance to gem, but likely would not through PSA. So I sent it into SGC, and it sure enough came back a 9.5. This is SGC's highest graded version. This is a Pop 1, none higher. Very cool card, and glad to have a Jimbo Covert in my PC. Next, we have a 2022 Chronicles UFC of Amanda Nunes. This is the gold, serial number 10. Picked this up in a trade at a card show with somebody who does a lot of UFC. Was really excited to see. You don't always see UFC card dealers at shows, and this is actually one of my lowest serial numbered Amanda Nunes PC cards, and I was glad to not only get this, but I sent it in for grading and ended up getting it as a gem. So glad to have that one in the PC as well. Next, we have a Alshon Jeffrey printing plate auto. This is kind of cool from his rookie year, 2012. This is a Leaf, so it's not a Leaf. This is a Leaf Ultimate Draft card printing plate. And it's not in a Bears uniform, but it is a 101 and it's an auto. And this is back when he was doing like his full name instead of just the initials. So that's very cool. And I'm glad to have that one in my Alshon PC. Next, we have a 2018 UFC Rose Namajunas, serial number to 75. This is an event used matte relic. Very cool card. Really one of the few times I actually think it's the only time I've actually ever gone out of my way to try to find something with a matte relic. So this is an authentic matte relic used in UFC 217. Yeah, 217 against Joanna. So very cool card to have. Represents a significant time in her fighting career, and it's just so cool to have an event used matte. Next, we have a authentic printing plate auto of Grigor Dimitrov, 1 of 1. This guy is a 2022 game used of sport printing plate. I've also have the one of the card versions of this as well, and just a really cool looking photo image. And being that it's an auto and a 101 printing plate, very cool addition to the Grigor PC. Then next we have a Alshon Jeffrey 1 of 1 from Leaf Ultimate as well, auto. It's purple, got the purple parallel there. Purples, I guess, were 1 of 1 that year from 2012 Leaf Draft. Again, collecting Alshon, anytime a 101 pops up, I'm definitely going to be interested. And saw this one earlier this year and could not pass it up. Again, earlier in his career, full name on the auto. Very cool. Next up, we have another Amanda Nunes. This is the 2024 Topps Chrome UFC Allen and Ginter Black Refractor, serial number 10. This came back in a PSA 9, although I would argue this is definitely a gem candidate. I did not see anything wrong with this card, so it does leave a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth that I really feel like this, if I were to crack it and resub it, it has a good chance to gem, but I'm not sure I'm going to do that. It's not necessarily a very valuable card, but low serial numbered of, the greatest of all time in my opinion. And I'm glad to have that one in the Amanda PC collection. All right, we're getting down to the second half here. Next up, we have you'll see a common theme here. Alshon. Oh, this is actually should be taken out of this. Just see it a little clearer. Alshon Jeffrey, 2012 Rookie Auto National Treasures in BGS Mint 9. It's actually pretty scuffed up, this case. But really good. 10 surface is really, really good on the subgrade. Really nice card. Always love any kind of national treasures. They look really, really nice when they're the RPA rookie patch auto. And glad to have that one as well. All right. Now this is the gold. And look at that GS part of the patch. So cool on this one. Them get this one prepped for grading, actually, as I think it's has an outside chance to gem. But this is serial numbered to 49, this Alshon. The George S. GSH right there, George S. Halas patch on the side. I think that's on the side of the jersey from that year. Very cool. Glad to have this one as well. Add to the Alshon collection. All right, something a little different here. We've got a 1987 Topps Walter Payton PSA 9. I've said this in my previous videos that, looking to put together the run for Walter Payton PSA 9 grade for all of his playing years. This is one that I was able to add this year. It's a slow collection. With something like this, it's more about the journey than it is necessarily the destination. So I'm glad to add that one. Check that one off the box from 1987. All right, guess what? More Alshon. This one I picked up from an Instagram user, Chicago Hot Sauce. I was actually able to work out the next two cards with him, and was glad to add this additional card to my list. This is a 2012 National Treasures. It's got a green. You can barely see it, but it's a green parallel. And this is the laundry tag signature. And this is serial number to. It's number 2 of 10. Very nice addition to the Alshon PC for this year. And the next card, again from the same person. This is the printing plate auto from 2012. This is a 1 of 1. And this was used in the Panini Contender ticket, playoff ticket. And Scion plate, 1 of 1. Auto, very cool edition as well. And then next we have a 2019 Leaf Trinity Nico Horner auto and inscription with his first MLB home run inscribed on there. This is serial number to 7. And this is also came back a Gem Mint 10. Very cool card. Add to the PC. One of my favorites. Next one was a bigger purchase. Actually, I need to take it out of the sleeve here. This is the Precious Metal Gem Alshon Jeffrey green. And it's actually, not only is that significant as PMGs are well known in the hobby, more so in the 90s, but they kept doing these throughout the years. And this is from Alshon's rookie year. This is serial number to 10, the greens are, but really what's rare about this is not only the serial number, but the fact that it came back a 9.5. These are very difficult to get in a high grade. Most of the ones you'll see will be 9s, and this one's a 9.5 with really good subgrades of 9.5s, and one corners are subgraded at 9. But very cool card to add to the PC. One of my favorites of the year. And it's kind of Christmassy with the red and green. Next up, again, I broke my rule here on this one. This is a copy of the card that's currently in for grading. This is the Pop Century 2018 Leaf David Faustino, who was most known for playing Bud Bundy on the 80s and 90s sitcom Married with Children, putting together the set of all the characters from that show. As I've mentioned many times, my goal was to finish that set this year, and I was able to do so. And this was one of the last pieces to the puzzle there. And that one's currently in for grading. One of my favorite cards, and one of my big goals for 2024. And along the same note, here is the Katie Seagal auto going into grade as we speak. It's being prepped for grading, and this is the purple. I try to get them all in the same color, so that way they kind of the set kind of matches. So this one is a really sharp card, serial number to only 5. I think the Faustino was, I think it's serial number to maybe 35 or 65, something like that. But this one's serial number to 5. And again, finishing that set off, and can't wait to have them all together. I'll put them all on the screen for you guys to see them when they're all back. All right, down to the last 3. Final 3 here. Next up, we have a 99 SI for Kids magazine Serena Williams rookie card in an SGC7. One of the greatest of all time tennis players, and someone that I respect, and what she's been able to accomplish, and wanted to have one of her cards in my collection. Obviously, autographs go for much more than I would be willing to spend, but I got a pretty good price on this earlier this year, and was glad to add this one. And I may end up upgrading it at some point, but I do like the 99 SI for Kid. I think that's a cool card that I'd like to have as representing my Serena Williams PC. Coming in at number 2, again, another card that I have out for grading right now, but one of my favorites this year is the 2012 rookie of Alshon Jeffrey, die cut 1/1 gold from Panini Elite. I would normally not send this in for grading, but it looks so clean. I think it has a real good shot to gem. Even if it doesn't, I'm fine with a 9. But one of my favorite pickups. Almost all the 1/1s that you've seen so far are from his college uni, and outside of the printing plate, I guess, but from Panini Contenders. But this one's in his Bears uni, and I was looking for this back in 2012, 2013 for so long, and it finally popped up available for sale this year, and I snagged it, and so glad to have that one in the PC. And coming in at number 1, the Grigor Dimitrov 2021 Topps Chrome Auto Red Refractor, serial number to 5. It's not doing it any justice here. In the tag 9, such a cool card. Looks amazing. Being a big Grigor fan, and having one of his most prized cards in my collection is pretty amazing. Haven't seen the Superfractor come up, and if I do, I probably won't be able to attain it because it's going to be way out of my price range. But one of my favorite cards was also one of my most expensive to acquire. But a lot of these that you saw today in my collection were not necessarily the most valuable cards. Some of them are, but the order of the value does not necessarily represent the significance of the card. And that is my last and final number 1 card from 2024. I appreciate y'all spending some time with me today. Thank you so much for being with me here this year until 2025. Be safe, everybody, and take care.